Hello all, welcome to part 24 of API testing training series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate different HTTP methods that are used in APIs. So let's get started. Before we start using APIs in the tools like Postman and all, we should have some basic knowledge of different HTTP methods. For example, in this Postman tool, I click on this plus icon, and here we have to provide the API request. And beside the API request, you see there is an option like get. If you click on that, you will get complete list of HTTP methods. Okay. So now in this session, I am going to explain different HTTP methods and why they are used with API request. Okay. So how this get is used with the API request, how post is used with the post HTTP method is used with the API request. Okay. What is the purpose? Let's focus on this part, guys. Okay. Before going to this API request, let's focus on this part which has, okay, which has HTTP method. Okay. Get, post, put, patch, delete. These are all HTTP methods. Okay. Let's focus on that in this session. So what are these HTTP methods then? Okay. That we need for API testing. So here, as you already know, okay, HTTP request and responses, you know how they happen, how the HTTP request and responses happen. I'll show you. So here, guys, let's say this is your client machine and this is your server machine. Let's assume, okay, this is your client. Let me write down this is a client machine, and here we have the server machine. Okay, server machine. Now, let's say client is nothing but my laptop. Let's say this is my laptop. Okay, the client is nothing but the laptop. In the laptop, we generally open a browser. Okay, it may be Chrome browser or whatever the browser, and we'll open the application URL here. Okay, we have to open the application URL here. Okay, whatever the application URL that we have to open in the browser, right? We have open or browsed it, or we are performing different operations on this application URL. When you are browsing this application URL or performing different operations on this application URL, what happens? A request will be sent to the server. A request. Okay, a request. Which request? I'll tell you. Okay, a request over internet will be sent to the server. Okay, this request will happen on the internet. Over the internet, a request will be sent to the server via which protocol? HTTP or HTTPS protocol. Okay, so here HTTP is a protocol. Okay, HTTP or HTTPS. Now server will process this request. Okay, server will contain the application code. Okay, whatever the application URL you opened here, right? That application code this particular server will contain, and a particular code will be run according to the request. A particular set of code will run, and the server will process the request and then send the response back to the client, that is a browser or whatever you take, you say. Okay, this is the response. What do you get in the response? What do you get in the response? In the response, generally you'll get HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and all those stuff. Okay, whatever the things that are required, security token or whatever it is, everything will come from the server to the client machine. This is how it works, right? So this is my laptop is a client here, and server may be somewhere at different remote location, maybe in Singapore or something. My laptop is in Hyderabad, let's say. Okay, the client server communication is happening over the internet using the HTTP, that is HTTP or HTTPS protocol. Okay, request is being sent to the server. Server is processing the request and giving the response back to the client, and client is displaying the results on the browser, etc. Okay, this is what is happening, as you already know till now. Okay, this concept I already covered as part of the previous sessions also. I just repeated. So if I take an example of Tutorials Ninja application, okay, here in this diagram, this application URL, just take an example as Tutorials Ninja. If I open the Tutorials Ninja here, let me open the Tutorials Ninja here. Right click inspect here. Right click inspect here. Select network tab. Click on clear. Close all this stuff. Okay. Close all this stuff. Just click on, just press enter guys. You see, lot of requests are being sent to the server. Okay. When I just browse this application URL, a lot of requests are being sent to the server, right? So this is one of the main requests, let's assume. So this request URL is being sent. Copy this. This request URL is being sent. You can put that into the Postman tool if you want, like this. Okay. This request URL is being sent to the server. Okay. This is the request URL. So here in the diagram also you can write, what is the request? This is the request. Okay. tutorialsninja.com/demo is the request. Okay. And just below that, you see what is the request method or HTTP method. Along with the request URL, what is the HTTP method or request method? Get. So here in the Postman, it is get. Okay, get. Fine. And you just need to click on send button. You'll get the response. You see 200 okay, and you got the response. Okay, in HTML format, you got the response. This HTML response, okay, the server has processed the request, guys. When you hit the send button here in the Postman tool, okay, this request along with this get method, okay, were sent to the server. Okay, and server has processed the request and gave the response. What exactly is the purpose of the get method? I'll explain you. Okay, just wait for some time. This is not the right time for me to explain why we have to use get here along with this API request. Okay, just understand that what is happening for now. When you click on the send, we got the response from the server. This is the response we got from the server, guys. Earlier it was not there, now it came. Okay, so that response is in HTML, JavaScript, CSS, etc. Everything is there here. And who can understand this HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and all those stuff? Browser. Okay, the browser will understand. So what the browser will do? The browser, the moment you hit URL here, the browser will render this. Okay, this page. Okay, from where this UI and this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, based on that, this HTML page is being displayed. Browser will understand the response given by the server and display this page for you, home page for you. Okay, that's what is happening, guys. Okay, what is the HTTP method here? It is a protocol, is HTTP protocol. So what is the method? What is the get HTTP method which was used with this API request? That was get. Get HTTP method was used here. Okay. So now our focus is on get, guys. Okay, get is one of the HTTP methods which are required along with this API request to be sent to the server, so that we will get a proper response, right? So, but how many types of these HTTP methods are there, and what is the purpose of each and every HTTP method? We have to understand now. Since we got a clarity that whenever the communication happens between the client and server, a request will be sent to the server and response will come back. A request will look like this: http://tutorialsninja.com/demo is a request, okay, which will happen over the HTTP protocol here in this case. And this is not enough. We have to use HTTP method also. Okay, as you can see in this browser, we have to use request method or HTTP method known as get. Okay, without that we will not get this response from the server. Okay, why we have to use this get method, and what are the other HTTP methods that are available? Okay, and what is their purpose, how they are different from get method, get HTTP method, everything I'm going to explain in this session. Okay, now we got started, guys. We just got started, that's it. Okay, so if I click on this Postman tool, click on the get, lot of HTTP methods are there. Do we have to use everything? No, we don't have to use everything, guys. Everything is not required. So what are the important HTTP methods? If I talk about important HTTP methods, these 5 are the important HTTP methods, guys. Okay, get, just now I showed you the get one, right? In the browser, I showed you the get one. This is the get method. Okay, get along with the API request. Okay, along some cases we have to use post. Okay, some cases we have to use post. When we have to use post, I'll tell you one of the areas where we have to use post. For example, if I give email address here and password here 12345 as a password, I'll right click inspect beforehand. Before I click on the login button, after providing the valid credentials, before clicking on the login button, I'll go to the network tab, clear everything. If nothing is there, just click on the login button. A request will be sent. So this is post. You see, you are posting the email address and you are sending some data there. Okay, post method is coming. In the case of login, you are getting the post method. In the case of just browsing the home page, you are getting the get method. Okay, So why like that? Okay, all these things you will understand soon. Okay, get, post, then delete, put, patch. These are the 5 important HTTP methods. Okay, there are many HTTP methods, right? I told you right here. You click on this, you see this is a complete list of the HTTP methods, but the important ones are get, post, delete, put, patch. Okay, and out of these 5 important HTTP methods, the first 3 ones are mainly used in real time, guys. Even though these 2 are important, but most of the developers ignore this put and patch. Okay, they use get, post, delete only. Okay, most of the cases, whenever you see any application and you try to inspect and see in the network tab like which method is being used for the API request and all, everywhere you see get, post, get, post, get, post, get, post only. Okay, to get, post, delete. These 3 things will be generally seen, guys, but put and patch are very leastly used. Even though they are important, they have a purpose, but they are not generally used in real time. They are not generally used. Okay, but we should have the knowledge of what is put and patch. That is very important. Okay, now let's get started with the first one, which is mainly used in real time, get, post, delete. Let's see that. Coming to the get, guys, the purpose of the get is to fetch information from the server, guys. What is the purpose of the get? To fetch information. If you want to retrieve some information from the server, okay, then you have to use get. For example, let's go to this request.in, okay, or we'll do one thing. Instead of going to request.in, let's go to my account. Here, where is that one? Yeah. Where is that? This one, guys. Okay, I'll inspect this. Go to the network tab here. Clear this. Modify your address book entries. When I click on this, the list of address book entries will come. That means you are retrieving the information, right? So what is the method? Get method. If you are retrieving the, you see, address books, address you are retrieving. From the server, you are getting this address. From the server, you are retrieving the address. Okay. No matter how many address book entries are there, all the address entry books will come. Why? Because we are using which method here? Get. Get will retrieve the information from the server. This is the request URL, and get is retrieving the information from the server. Which information in this case? Address book. Okay, like that. If you go to request.in also, here get method is there. List users, page 2. In the page 2, whatever the list of users are there, you want to retrieve. You want to retrieve the complete list of users who are there in the page 2 of this application. Okay. So this is the API request, complete API request, guys, along with the server address and tail URL. Here in the documentation only tail URL is given, but here along with server address we have to take. Copy this, come back here, paste it here. Now what is the method we have to give here along with this request URL? So just see here, this is the tail URL and we have to append that with the server address. So to become the complete API request, and it is a get. You see, this is the one we are trying now. It has a get method. Okay. So we have to give get method. That means get is going to retrieve the information from the server. Okay. Which information? The users, list of users who are there on the page 2 of the application will be retrieved by from the server. Okay. Click on send button. You see the list of on page 2, total 12 users are there. Okay. Total 12 users are there. We are retrieving from the server. Okay. So these are the complete list. If this is JSON format, guys, you see JSON is selected here in the response body, and copy all this JSON. And if you want to uh, just see the output proper way, JSON beautifier or something. Okay, beautifier. Okay, there are different applications. Code beautify, JSON viewer. Some applications are there, guys. Okay, just paste the JSON code here, whatever you got in the response from the server, and click on the tree view, or you can click on different things. Beautify. Okay, this is another way. You see, this is one user. Like the total 12 users we got. Okay, on the page 2 there are 12 users. Tree view means you can get like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like this. Okay, so this is what is the thing, guys. Okay, this is what is the thing. So total per page 6. Per page only 6 it seems. Okay. Total pages are 2. Page is 2. Per page 6. Total 12. That means 2 6 are 12 are there. So in the second page, 6 may be there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Total 6 records we are getting. 6 users we are getting. On the first page, 6 records are there. On the second page, 6 records. So you can understand like this, right? You can beautify and also see that there are different tools online to beautify your response, whatever you got from the server. Okay, server is giving you this response, which contains a list of users who are there on the page 2 of the application. And get here is used to fetch the information from the server. Hope you got the information. Hope you got when you have to use get. Whenever you want to get the fetch or get the information from the server, you have to use get method with the API request. Then when we have to use post, post is to create, guys. Okay, if you want to create the information, okay, if you want to post the information to the server, if you want to send the information to the server while creating an account or while logging into the application, right, we have to post the information to the server. To create or slash post information, okay, to create or post information to the server, okay, we generally use post. Okay, basically post need to be used for creating actually, but I told you, right, this put and patch are actually ignored by the developers. Okay, instead of using put and patch, people use post only. Okay, for creating and posting, for creating and updating also, people are using posting. That's the reason, whether you registering an account or whether you log into the application, everywhere post is coming. Okay, so in real time, this put and patch are not really used. Okay, post is actually replacing this both. Okay, the developers of the applications are not using the put and patch, rather they are using post. That's why you will not see put and patch, even though they are important, they have a separate function. Okay, so generally post actual purpose is to create the information. Okay, create new information, like for example creating an account is something. To create an account, we have to register account functionality is there, right, in the application. For example, here if you go to this if you log out and go to this register, here you have to create an account, right? You have to provide this information and finally click on continue button, and post method should be called because the account should be created here. Okay, to create something, to create some information on the server, okay, we have to use post. But post is actually in real time is being used in place of the put and patch. So for updating purpose or for whatever the purpose, whenever you are sending information to the server from the client machine, developers are using the post. Okay, to send the information to the server, to fetch the information from the server, to retrieve the information from the server, get is being used. To create or provide or pass, okay, to create or pass or post information to the server, we use post. Okay, as a post means you're posting it. Okay, you're sending a letter like that. Okay, to create or post information to the server, we use post. Fine. So what example I can give? We'll go with the same request.in or something. Okay, I'll go with request.in. Somewhere here post is there. Post, where is post? Yeah, post registration. Here you see we are creating an account. Okay, so for creating purpose, we generally use post, and for you see for creating purpose, we use post. We can go with this register successful. Okay, so this is a request. Copy this request. Come back here. Click on plus. Here paste the URL and here change this HTTP method to post. Okay, we have to post the information. Which information we have to post? In order to register into the application, in order to create a new account in the application, we have to pass some information, right? That is email and whatever it is that is required, we have to pass. What we have to pass here? The documentation they have clearly given. Okay, email and password you have to pass. Then only we can create an account. So how to pass this email and password which is in the JSON format? This is JSON format, guys. Copy this JSON format from the documentation. Go to the body, the postman. Go to the body and select raw format. After selecting the raw, this option will be enabled. Select the text and change it to JSON. And now paste the JSON here. With this email and with this password, create an account, register an account you are saying. Now if you click on send button, it will create an account. Okay, ID for token, security token got created. Okay, this is what is post, guys. Okay, here we are using it for creating an account. Okay, by posting the information. That's why it's called as post. Okay, by passing the information, we are creating an account. Okay, so post is generally used for creating purpose and also for posting information. Okay, to the server. If you want to send some information to the server and do something out of that, maybe login or register or whatever it is, we generally use post. Hope you got it. Then coming to the delete, guys. Third one is delete. To delete the information from the server, simple. You created something, you want to delete that. Okay. So for that, we have to use delete. Here in this example of request.in, we have delete here. How many deletes are there? Only one delete. This is one delete. I don't see any delete anywhere, so we'll stick to this one, delete. Okay. Copy this, paste it here. There's a API request here and change it to delete. Okay. What else is left out? You have to pass anything? No. Okay. So just click on delete. What should happen? We should get a response like this. Okay. Should get a response like this. Click on send. Let's see what will happen. It got deleted, it seems. Okay. 204 no content. That means it got deleted. Okay. Using delete, we deleted the stuff. Okay. For delete or yeah. You see, I didn't properly select. So 204 came, not no content, and you should not get any response. Okay. Complete users in this page 2 should get deleted. Okay. They got deleted here. Okay. We didn't get any response as expected by the request.in. So that is delete, guys. To delete the information from the server, we have to use delete. Then we have put, guys. I told you, right? Though these five are the important HTTP methods, but mainly in real-time, developers generally stick to get, post, and delete. These three only. Okay, you will just come across get, post, delete. These are very important. But coming to put and patch, they have a purpose, but they are not generally used in real time, even though they are important. Okay. Coming to put, guys, it will update by providing all information again. Okay. I'll tell you one example here. Okay. Let's say using some API request and let's say using post. Okay. Post some API request. Using some post and API request, you created a record. Okay. The first name you provided as Arun. Name you provided as Arun Moturi. Okay. Location Hyderabad. Now experience is 12 years. Okay. Salary is some 15 lakhs in Indian rupees. Like this, you created an account, let's say. Okay. Using post API request, you created the this information you created on the server. Now tomorrow, what happened was you need to update this experience. You need to update this experience, guys. From 12 to 13, you have to update. So what you have to do? Only one value you have to update. But what you have done is, if you use put, guys, we have to update by providing all information again. Even though you have to update only 12 to 13, but still you have to provide all this information again. That means you have to provide put API request and you have to provide all the information, guys. Okay. Just 13 is not enough. We have to provide Arun Moturi, Hyderabad, then 13, then 15 lakhs. Okay. Like this, you have to update. All the information need to be provided to update this record. Okay. The old record will be gone now and new record will stay. 12 got updated to 13. But for that, you have to provide all the information. That's what is put. Okay. To update the one of the information, you have to provide all the information again. Okay. When you have to use put, Better to use put when you have to update more than one information, guys. Okay, but coming to patch, guys, what is the difference between this put and patch? Patch is not like put, guys. Okay, in put you have to provide all the information to update the required information, but in patch you have to provide only that required information only to update. You don't have to provide the entire information again. You don't have to provide the entire stuff. Okay, in case of patch, guys, it will be like this. If you have to update this 13 to 14, let's say, patch API request, you will only provide 14, guys. You don't have to provide Arun Moturi Hyderabad 15 lakhs again. Okay, just provide 14. It will be updated. Remaining values will automatically come here. Okay, but in case of put, you have to provide all the details to update the existing records. Okay, but for patch, only whatever thing that you want to update, you have to update that. Okay, that is enough. So here, are there any examples for put and patch? Yeah, put is there here. You see, with put you have to provide both the information, whereas patch also is looking same. Okay, there's no much difference in this example. Any other patches here, put and patch they gave, but understood, right? Put means you have to provide all the information to update, whereas patch means only the required thing that you want to update you have to provide. Okay, you don't have to provide the entire information, entire list of details to update. Okay, put and patch are for updation purpose, guys. Okay, put and patch are for updating purpose, but put all the details you have to provide. Patch only the details that are required to be updated need to be provided. Okay, that's what is the difference. Now, apart from this important HTTP methods, we have complementary and supportive methods also. Okay, I'll give you few more HTTP methods. Okay, so there is very huge list actually here. This much is not enough. This much is not required at all. Okay, don't go behind all this stuff. Okay, so whatever I am providing in this session, right, apart from these important ones, extra 4 I am providing, that this much of knowledge is enough. Okay, coming to head, guys, the next one is head HTTP method, which is similar to get, guys. But in case of get, you will get a response from the server, a response body from the server. But in case of head, you will not get response body from the server. So here, just understand the difference between get and get versus what is the other one? Head. So what is the difference between this get and head? In case of get, guys, for example, you already have used get, right? So let's use get. You will get the response. Okay, you'll get the response. For example, if you use this get request, copy this, come back here. Let's go to the fresh one and give this URL here, and get method is there. Click on send. You see, you'll get the response body here. You got the response body and all the other stuff you got, right? Okay, status code, response body, everything you got. And headers are coming, keys are coming, test results are coming. But in case of, if you use head, status code and response headers only will come. This headers and status code only will come, but this body will not come. You see, in case of get, we got the body, right? This page 2 and all we got. But if I change it to head and click on send button here, you'll not get the body, guys. You see, body is blank, but headers, response header is coming and status code is coming, but body is not coming. Again, if I change it back to get, you'll get body. You'll get body, but that's the difference, guys. Okay, that's the difference between the get and head. Okay, status code and response headers, but no response body in case of head. Okay, example, the same example I showed you just now. So head is completed. Let's go with the next one, that is options. Okay, so options is used to retrieve the different HTTP methods that are supported by the application server. Okay, before you start testing this API testing of this any application, guys, for example, I want to know which HTTP methods are supported by this request.in. Okay, I want to know which HTTP methods are supported by the request.in. So you will be surprised, guys. Okay, just see, I select options here and give request.in and click on send. You will not get any output. Just send. Is it giving you the list of the HTTP methods that are supported by request.in? No. Why it is not giving? Most of the applications won't give. Most of the applications will disable this. Whenever someone tries to give HTTP method as options and give the request.in, okay, this HTTP method supported by this request.in will not be revealed here. The reason is for security purpose, for security reasons. Okay. So if the hacker knows like what are the different HTTP methods supported by the application, if the hacker finds out if there is any unsafe HTTP method used by this application, then hacker may take an advantage of. Okay, one of the ways to find the different HTTP methods which can be supported by the application is options. So even options becomes unsecured, right? If it gives the list of HTTP methods there. Okay, that's how most of the application URLs, if you give and options, if you try, you'll not get any output. But I collected an example here, which is still giving the HTTP methods. Okay, won't work in most of the cases due to security reasons. Okay, but I collected this example Postman Echo. Okay, they are intentionally giving that. Okay, there is no problem in that giving, so they are giving that. Okay, now if I say send, what are the different HTTP methods which are supported by this Postman Echo application? Get, you can use get with this Postman Echo. You can use head, you can use put, post, delete, patch. These are the how many are there? 6 HTTP methods are supported by. Okay, remaining HTTP methods are not supported by this. You cannot use with the Postman Echo. Okay, so that's what is options, guys. Okay, use it to retrieve the HTTP method supported by the application server. But generally, for most of the applications, due to security reasons, you'll not get the output properly. So this is one example I collected where it is giving you the options. Okay. Then next HTTP method is connect, guys. As the name speaks, connect. Okay. It creates end-to-end tunnel connection between client and server. What is tunnel connection and why it is required? Tunnel means you say you put a tunnel from one city to another city, a secured passage, guys. Okay. It is a secured passage, you can say. Okay. So more information is here in this article. You can, if you want to find out more about what is this connect HTTP method and all those stuff, you can go to this article. Okay, it has more detailed details about what is this connect HTTP method and how it is going to tunnel up. Okay, HTTPS is widely used on internet to secure the data between being transferred. However, when a browser need to send a HTTP request through the proxy, when a browser need to send HTTPS request, since the request hostname and port number are all encrypted in HTTPS request header and even the proxy cannot get them, then how does the proxy know where to send client request? To solve this problem, the browser sends a HTTP request with a method, normal HTTP method it's sending. Okay, instead of HTTPS over proxy is not possible. Okay, HTTPS over proxy connection is not possible. Hence, HTTP with this connect method is kind of secure now. Okay, so we are creating a kernel with this HTTP request. Okay, HTTP is not secure, but you are creating a connect. You are using connect method. So this will create a tunnel between the client and server, and because of which the security will be there using proxy. That too using the proxy, guys. Okay, with proxy. With proxy, if you want security, then you have to use HTTP with connect method. Okay, HTTPS and proxy are not supported. Okay, so that is a kind of high level thing, guys. Okay, so if you want to learn more about this, you can go through this, guys. Okay, a lot of information is there on this page. Okay, HTTPS via proxy is not possible. So HTTP by using the connect method can create a tunnel and it supports proxy. Okay, so and it makes it secured also. That's the reason developers may use connect HTTP method. Okay, so next one is trace, guys. Trace means to see whether the connection between the client and server is intact. Okay, to diagnose or to test whether the connection between the client and server is intact. So how to do that? When you use trace, the server simply responds saying that okay, I am connected to you. Okay, to the client it will give a response back saying that the server is connected to you. Okay, so I cannot show you this because trace is not available in the Postman. But as per the knowledge, you have to understand that trace is used to diagnose the whatever the API connection between the API request or response connection between client and server is intact or not, what are the connection made between client and server is intact or not, where by using this HTTP method, server will simply send a small response saying that connection is established, okay, kind of message, okay. Simply responds to confirm that. Server will simply respond with some message to confirm that the connection is established, okay. And I cannot, this particular method is not available in the Postman tool, okay, fine. Anyhow, so these are the different HTTP methods, guys, okay. So important ones are something that you have to remember, and head end options is another complementary things you have to must and should remember. Head end options, this connect and trace you can ignore if you want, but having more knowledge is always good, okay. This is all about the HTTP methods, guys, and which is very important topic for API testing purpose. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to cover another API testing concept for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.